Once upon a time in the small town of Financieville, there lived a man named Bob who had an infinite banking whole life account. Now, you might wonder what an infinite banking whole life account is. Well, it's a special type of life insurance policy that allows you to build up cash value over time, which you can then borrow against. Bob was a financial enthusiast, and he thought he had found the ultimate financial secret. One sunny morning, Bob decided it was time to put his infinite banking strategy to the test. He had always dreamt of buying a house, and he thought this was the perfect opportunity. Armed with his well-thumbed financial books and a spreadsheet full of calculations, he walked into the local bank. Bob confidently approached the bank teller, named Sarah, and said, "I'd like to withdraw some money from my infinite banking whole life account to buy a house." Sarah raised an eyebrow and replied, "Sure, but are you aware that you need to repay the loan with interest, right?" Bob chuckled, "Of course. I've crunched the numbers. And this is going to be a great investment." Bob filled out the necessary paperwork, and the loan was approved. He left the bank with a check in his hand and a twinkle in his eye. The house hunting adventure had begun. Bob spent weeks searching for the perfect house, attending countless open houses, and engaging in spirited negotiations. Finally, he found the ideal place, a charming cottage with a lovely garden. He presented his offer to the seller, who accepted it. Now, Bob needed to repay his infinite banking policy loan. He wasn't worried, though. He had it all figured out. He had a plan. Bob decided to rent out a room in his new house to help cover the loan repayment. He found a friendly tenant named Fred, who happened to be a financial advisor himself. Fred was intrigued by Bob's infinite banking strategy and offered to help him manage his finances. Months passed, and Bob and Fred became fast friends. They spent their evenings discussing financial strategies, investment opportunities, and the magic of infinite banking. The rent from Fred helped Bob comfortably repay his loan with interest. One evening, over a hearty meal, Fred said, "You know, Bob, your infinite banking plan is working so well that you could buy another house." Bob laughed heartily and replied, "Who needs another house when I've got an infinite banking whole life account?" And so, Bob continued to enjoy his charming cottage and the financial wisdom of his friend Fred. He realized that sometimes the key to financial success wasn't in amassing endless properties but in having a good friend to share laughs and financial insights with. And they all lived financially ever after. Thanks to the infinite possibilities of infinite banking and the value of true friendship.